Hey everyone, I'm JP and welcome to Good Talk HQ. Now for today's video, we are going through some of the better deals that you can pick up right now on the Nintendo Switch. Every game will be under $5 and at an all-time low. Thank you as always for hanging out. Without any further ado, we're going to dive right in. Alright, and we'll start with Spelunker HD Deluxe, which is a retro-inspired platformer and a remake of a notoriously challenging 1980s classic. You explore deep caverns filled with traps, enemies, and hidden treasures, and everything can kill you from steam vents to tiny falls. The HD Deluxe version adds online co-op and competitive modes for up to 6 players. It's intentionally punishing and appeals to fans of old-school difficulty. The campaign is long with dozens of levels, and it runs well on the Switch. Right now it's marked down to $4.99, and the deal ends on the 11th. Heroes Hour is an indie gem that blends real-time auto-battling with turn-based kingdom management. You explore a procedurally generated map, recruiting armies and fighting fast-paced battles where you can influence the action in real time. Now there's tons of replay value, dozens of factions and classes, and strategic depth that would be perfect for longer play sessions. Now the campaigns can vary, but expect about 10 to 20 hours per run, and it does perform well here on the Switch, although the interface isn't really the best for handheld mode. Outside of that though, it's a great pickup at just $2.69. The deal ends on the 12th. Brotato is a top-down arena shooter where you play as a potato wielding up to 6 different weapons at once, fighting off endless waves of enemies. It's a roguelike packed with unlockable items, synergies, and over-the-top chaos. Every run is quick at around 20 to 30 minutes, but the addictive gameplay and character variety will definitely keep you coming back. Performance is great on the Switch with minimal issues, even during the later stages of each run where the enemies are kind of overwhelming. Right now you can pick it up for just $3.49. The deal ends on the 2nd. Sophstar is a vertical shoot-'em-up with a unique teleport mechanic that allows you to blink around bullets or enemies. Now there are 40 different stages, 9 ships to master, and a ton of different game modes including arcade and score attack, and they have a training option as well. Now it's a love letter to retro shoot-'em-ups with tight controls and a meaty skill ceiling. You can finish the campaign in about 2 to 3 hours, but mastering it will definitely take a bit longer. It runs well here on the Switch, and right now it's just $3.89. The deal ends on the 5th. The Company Man is a satirical action platformer where you fight your way up the corporate ladder, literally. You'll be using your keyboard to smack around annoying coworkers, and every level is a different department that you would find at your office, and the bosses are a parody of office culture as well. The visuals are charming and the writing is witty. The gameplay is addictive with tight controls, and it should last about 5 to 6 hours. Now it runs great here on the Switch, and right now it's marked down to just $3.99. The deal ends on the 3rd. Knight's Knight is a quirky endless runner platformer hybrid that has you controlling a trio of knights on a perilous auto-scrolling journey. You'll swap between characters to avoid traps and collect loot, all wrapped in a silly, self-aware fantasy setting. It's fun in short bursts with the focus on timing and reflexes. The game runs fine here on the Switch, and it will take a few hours to see all of the content. Now this is pretty much a brand new game. It's marked down to $3.99. The deal ends on the 11th. Summum Aeterna is a challenging roguelike action platformer set in a dark gothic world, acting as a prequel to Aeterna Noctis. You'll control the King of Darkness, slashing through deadly enemies and procedurally generated levels. The combat is fast and fluid, with deep progression systems and seed-based world generation. A full run should take a few hours, but there's definitely a good bit of replay value here. Performance is solid on Switch, although the load times can be a bit rough. Right now it's just $3.99, and the deal ends on the 14th. Neon Abyss is a roguelike run-and-gun platformer where every run introduces new gear, weapons, and power-ups, creating absurd combinations. You'll explore procedurally generated dungeons, collecting eggs that hatch pets with unique abilities as well. It's fast-paced, flashy, and has a good bit of replay value. A typical run is about 30 to 45 minutes, and performance is pretty solid, though the rare slowdown can happen when there's a bunch of stuff going on screen at the same time. Right now it's marked down to $4.99. The deal ends on the 15th. Super Mega Baseball 4 is an arcade-style baseball game that nails the balance between accessibility and depth. It includes real-life legends alongside over-the-top fictional players, and you have the ecosystem, which will allow you to fine-tune the difficulty. Modes include franchise, online play, and quick matches. It runs great here on the console with fast load times and smooth gameplay. Obviously, you can play with friends as well, and right now it's marked down to just $4.99. The deal ends on the 10th. Viviette is a retro-inspired psychological horror game in the style of old-school Resident Evil. You explore a creepy mansion, solve puzzles, and avoid a relentless monster that's trying to take you out. The story has multiple endings for replay value, and it's surprisingly emotional at its core. The game is heavy on atmosphere with a great sound design and a few good solid scares. It should take about 4 to 6 hours to wrap up, and it runs great here on the Switch. Right now it's just $4.99, and the deal ends on the 13th. Doom 2016, which is the legendary first-person shooter that brought the Doom series back to the forefront of people's minds. Now again, of course, we play as the Doom Slayer, ripping and tearing through hordes of demons in a fast, ultra-violent campaign packed with heavy metal music and awesome gunplay. I mean, it's pure adrenaline with arena-based combat and a fantastic arsenal, and the campaign should last around 10 to 15 hours. It runs very well on the Switch. Of course, you're getting a downgraded version in some ways, but it is one of those impossible ports they just cannot miss. Right now it's at a brand new low at just $3.99. The deal ends on the 31st. Please Touch the Artwork 2 is a charming interactive art-based game that mixes hidden object gameplay with surreal puzzles. You'll explore artistic environments, uncover small whimsical stories. It's more about the discovery than difficulty, with a relaxing pace and a cozy atmosphere. Now you'll get about 3 to 4 hours of gameplay, and it runs great here, of course, on the Switch. The deal ends on the 6th. Alright everyone, before we dive into our more deal section at the end of the video, we're going to go ahead and do our gift card giveaways. We have 2 of them. Thank you to everybody that entered, and good luck to you all. With that, we'll get the spinning started. All right. Marmalade. Congrats. All right, let's see who our second winner is. And Gerald, congrats to both of you. Thank you both, and thank you to everybody who entered. Sorry we can't do more, but we will have another giveaway coming soon, so just stick around for that. All right, and with all that out of the way, back to our regularly scheduled programming. Here are some other deals to check out while you are already on the eShop. Alright everyone, that wraps up the video. Thank you as always for hanging out. Hopefully we helped you find something cool to play to pass the time, and I'll see you on the next one.